and around the world. This is DJ Wolf Live. Hope you can hear my music and everything. All right. I'll try to see if I can get this mic adjusted here so you can hear me. And turn the volume up a little bit. Got to sit on the card here. All right. Gotta talk about this Kimmel controversy. This is just my take. So anybody who hear me, this is just my opinion. I'm not accusing anybody of anything other than what was said, other than what was published. All right. Jimmy Kimmel, I guess on was it the Monday show that he did, and called out. He talked about the situation about the young man who was assassinated about a week ago. And I'll be honest with you, this issue right now is about freedom of speech. Now, what was this? So anyway, the young man who was killed now he had freedom of speech. He was speaking on his own beliefs, and I will say, I don't think anybody should be demised because of their opinion. No one should. Just like Jimmy Kimmel shouldn't have been taken off the air because of his freedom of speech. That's the problem in itself, that Trump actually right now is playing this thing about, oh, they can say what they want to say, but you can't say what you want to say. And it's more of his, dictation that he's playing right now. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of it, but I don't know where we're headed anymore, man. This is crazy. You can't say what you want to say, but certain people can. It's not fair. It's not right. I don't condone anything of what happened to that guy the other week. Like I said in the previous podcast, I'm talking about love. I don't believe in hate. I lived under. I grew up in a time period when I grew up as a child. Lived around a lot of drama. And there's nothing I hate more than drama, especially when you're a child dealing with it. I don't even want to deal with it as an adult, And for people to sit there and say you can't say what you want to say without going through the extreme, it's a sad day in this country, man. It is. It's sad. No matter who you are. It's heartbreaking. It really is. But this game is going on. Jimmy Kimmel been talking about Trump for years. Years. And now all of a sudden this is an issue. I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you to pray on the country, man. Pray for everybody, man, because it's got ridiculous. You can't say what's on your mind anymore. You can't say what's on your heart. Like I said, I'm not condoning the things that the guy said, but let's be real. We are entitled to free speech, but you also have to be responsible, or a responsible person when you are invoking free speech. I'll say that. But still, there's no reason for anybody to come under that kind of scrutiny because they had their right to speak free speech. That's wrong. And I'm going to keep preaching about love, because love, for me personally, is a thing that's always been better than hate in my life. Trust and believe on that. We can't live with hate. We can't. We can only produce things the way we need to produce through love, the right way. I'm sick of all this hate. I'm sick of all this violence. I'm sick of all this drama. I'm sick of it. I mean, I'm not going to even front. I'm sick of it. You know, I'm sick of people telling us we can't read about, or we can't have our history told, but your history can be told all day, all fucking day long. Oh yeah, your history matters. Ours don't. That's bullshit. Excuse my French. I'm on my podium right now, just venting. I'm sick of that mess, man. Everybody else can go out there and say what they want to say and all of that. Kimmel as far as I'm concerned, he said what was on his mind. You know, and now they want to mess with our free speech. And there are people who said other things about the situation that happened the other week with that young man, and some of those people have been fired as a result. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just kind of like I'm frustrated. I'm not going to front. I'm very, very frustrated about the fact that I have to walk through eggshells in order to say what's on my mind. We need to come from a place of love and understanding, folks. That's what I'm seeking anymore. I'm not seeking about hate. I'm not seeking about retribution. I'm not seeking about violence. I'm seeking about love and understanding. That's what we need. That's what they talked about in the Bible. You know, love and understanding. Being able to meet at the table. You know, and have a place to be able to discuss things and, to agree to disagree on certain things. That's what we need. We need to have forums like that where you could just discuss things without a whole lot of drama and just agree or agree to disagree. Shake hands and call it a day. You know, that's what I need to see more of that, because I'm like, all of this, blah, 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 I just, and you have a man at the top of the helm teaching nothing but hate, telling people they don't have a right to know about their history, or their kids or grandkids and their generations of other children don't have a right to know about their history. That's the biggest piece of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. It really is. It just makes me sick even hearing that. It's not fair. It's not right. It's just not. It ain't right. It's definitely not fair to generations of kids and or adults, the people who want to know about history. I love history. I love learning about where we came from and where we need to go from there. And if you don't love history, something wrong. You know. But you also have to, how can I put it? You also have to have understanding about what people deal with or what people go through on a regular basis. The hardships, the setbacks, the troubles, and how we, get through things. Get through the things we need to get through to take care of our families and our communities. Enough of this hate, man. Enough of this bash. Enough of this violence. Enough of this stuff got to just stop. That's what it needs to be about. being about a place coming from a place of love, man. We can't live like this, man. We can't live in a perpetual state of fear and violence all the time. This got to stop. I just want to say that and pray for people who are constantly living in fear and dealing with violence on a daily basis. It's not right. It's really not. That's pretty much all I got to say about it right now, folks. I'm just at a level of frustration where I'm tired of seeing this, man. And to be better, you really got to do better. That's all I got to say. I'm out.